This is really a great day where it speaks to the city's investment in open space and expanding recreational opportunities. This park was part of a $6 million investment that we made last year towards expanding open space in Jersey City. This was one that was a priority for the councilman in Ward B, and we had to combine some bonding, moving some existing funds in order to make sure that this became an active and passive park that seniors and children could both enjoy going forward. It's also an area of the city that's in need of open space, and we couldn't be more proud with how this park came out. Without the voice of Charlene Burke and the Parks Coalition, which I see Laura Scolar here from, and some of the others, if we could give them a round of applause. I don't think that this would be possible. I want to bring up a special individual before we bring up some of the council people, and it's Barbara Boyd Griffin. And I'd like her to talk a little bit about the rededication, the reopening of this park. This park is named for some soldiers from Jersey City who actually lived here on this block and served in World War II, and they paid the ultimate sacrifice for this country. And Boyd McGuiness Park is a recognition to their sacrifice. So I'd like to invite Barbara up to say a couple words.
Thank you so much, Mayor Phillip. I am really here on behalf also of St. Dominic Academy right across the street. I am currently the head of school of the academy, and so we of course have been very interested in this project for a long time because it's in our neighborhood, and we like to consider ourselves very good neighbors here, and we are just thrilled at the way the park has come out. But of course I'm also representing the family of Robert and Walter Boyd. They were my first cousins, and they grew up on Duncan Avenue, as did I, and they attended St. Aloysius Grammar School and St. Aloysius High School before they went off into service. They were two sons in a family of 5 boys, and 4 of those 5 boys served at the same time, some of them in the Atlantic Theater, some of them in the Pacific. Robert Boyd was a gunnery sergeant in the Air Force, and his plane was shot down in Germany, over Germany, on a bombing mission in 1945. He was awarded the Purple Heart posthumously. His younger brother, Walter, who just when he turned 18 as a senior at St. Aloysius High School, decided not to wait to graduation. And so he went off and he joined the Army, and he died in Hawaii as a lieutenant. And that's where he's buried. One is buried in Germany, one is buried in Hawaii. And so after the war was over, there were a group of veterans who came back to Jersey City who really wanted to remember the service of their friends and their neighbors. And so they formed an American Legion post. And the American Legion Boyd McGuiness Ambets post had a little meeting place in a little storefront down on West Side Avenue. And I was here the day the first park was dedicated. The American Legion decided that they were going to have a special procession along West Side Avenue and up Duncan, and they laid that wreath the first time. And so it's been here ever since. The family is thrilled at the way the park has come out, and they are waiting to hear me tell them about today, about how good it looks and how much the city has invested in its parks and in honoring those who served during World War II. And one final Boyd, I do have another Boyd, he's one of our great-great-uncles that I have learned recently. Edgar Boyd served in the Civil War in the Union Army in the 144th Regiment out of New York, and then moved here to Jersey City and stayed here until his death at the age of 90. So the Boyds have a proud history of military service for the United States. But thank you all for coming out for this and for being friends of the Boyd McGuiness Park.
This is a community park in every true sense of the word. Charlene and others in the community years ago started the process, wanted to get this park redone. There were more community meetings than I'd like to remember that were held as we refined every little detail of the park, and now it's here. And I know that the community is embracing it, they're keeping it clean, they're creating a Friends of Boyd McGuiness Park to make sure that it stays beautiful. And I want to thank Mayor Phillip and all the members of the City Council because they made sure the money was here, and when it needed extra money, They made sure the extra money was put in so it could be exactly the park that this community designed. So Mayor, council people, Charlene and others from the community, thank you very much.
And for some final comments, I'd like to invite up the councilman for Ward B, who was the advocate from day one since he got elected to make sure this park gets completed. This park costs a total of $850,000. The water feature, the children's area is no small investment, and we couldn't be more proud with investing these type of resources in Ward B. That's often regarded to as a forgotten area of Jersey City, and we are proud to say that we are not forgotten and making sure that we are investing in Ward B. And as Chico will tell you, you know, he's a firm believer that the west side is the best side. So I will turn it over to the councilman from Ward B, Chico Ross.
Mayor, thank you. First, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out here today. This means a lot, not to myself, but for the ward on the west side. This park, we've been talking about this for a very long time. I was not elected in office yet, but I was the aide for Councilman Dave Donnelly, who's standing right over here. And I want to thank Dave as well, because when I was running for office, Dave made sure that I promised, and which I wanted to as well, promise the constituents in Ward B and Kennedy Boulevard and Duncan Avenue, especially the seniors and the parents who have kids, that this park will be completed. Today, we're here at the brand new Board McGuiness Park, and it's beautiful and well done. I would like to thank all the committee members who was a big advocate as well. The mayor mentioned each and every one, like mentioned names before. I wouldn't start to call names, but there is one person that I will call that sit with me a lot, and we had, like Fiolo Day said, a lot of meetings. That is Charlene Burke. And we set up meetings after meetings after meetings to make sure that this park is completed today. So to Charlene, I want to thank you very much. Paul Bellenboyer, who is here as well, and Kara Habowski, and I saw Jody Drennan in the back there. Thank you guys very much. You work very hard. Today we have a beautiful park, and I want to welcome each and every one of you. And again, I want to say special thank you to Mayor Fulop, because I will tell you that Steve and I had conversation about the fundings of this park. And he committed to me that this park will be built. And it's a little over 2 years since I took office. And today, here we go, brand new Board McGuiness Park. So thank you all, I love you. And I will be here to support you guys, working with the Park Coalition. And also not only the Board McGuiness Park, let me just say a little bit. We have two brand new supermarkets on the west side. We have a brand new $4 million project is going on Kensington Avenue, and also we have a project going on Bergen Avenue. So the west side is becoming the best side, and I promise you in 4 more years to come, it will be the best side of Jersey City. Thank you, and God bless you all.